Welcome back, everyone. The Niche Fragrance Collector is all about amazing perfumes. A couple of days ago, we spoke with Michael from Libertine Perfumery, and I know I'm going to embarrass him by saying it, but he is a god. So he's the master, in my opinion. He's the go-to guy that I would, if I want to know more about anything, Michael is my man. In starting the channel, I get a lot of people are saying or asking me the same questions about fragrances that are familiar. And they're always asking me, what about this one? What about this one? And we seem to be having the same conversation on the same fragrances, not realizing that there is a world of amazing perfumes out there. And today, what I want to do, and I've asked Michael to bring forward 6 perfumes, 3 for male, 3 for females, that are hidden gems. This is stuff that you need to know and you need to uncover for yourself. But for now, Michael, welcome again.
Oh, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, Marcelo. Yes, I have 3 men's, 3 women's, one of which though is unisex and the most unusual. We're going to start with one that is, in my opinion, a gender-neutral fragrance. Now, if you are interested in something off-center with champagne and almost a neo-metallic note and the addition of some incredible rose oxide notes, I want to introduce you to Liquid Imaginaires Dom Rosa. This is a very unique fragrance, and you really get that Grand Cru note coming through of that champagne quality. Very sparkling, very metallic, and an incredibly sophisticated and unusual fragrance.
Michael sent me these fragrances. I actually tested all of them. I wanted to see what they were like. This one here is next level. You need to experience this fragrance. This is unisex. I'm wearing this and I am loving this fragrance. Loving this fragrance.
It's quite extraordinary, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
I love it as well. Alberto Morillas, the most incredible perfumer of our time. And this is a fragrance from his own private brand called Mizensir, Alma de Rosario. And this is a fragrance that he created to remind him of his grandmother, the soul of the rosary, because she prayed a lot through her life. And this is a magnificent white floral blend with some warm wood notes in the base.
My wife owns this. I bought this fragrance for her. So I did the masterclass with you, Michael. I fell in love with this fragrance. I gave my wife the tester. She just felt, I bought it. I had to buy it. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance.
It certainly is, and I love the Italian iris in this as well. The third one for women is Josephine by Rance. This brand was started back in 1795, official creators of fragrances to Napoleon, and of course Josephine was his wife.
I'm not familiar with Rance as a brand overall.
The Rance family were perfume makers based in Paris. They started in 1795. During the revolution, out of fear of retribution, they moved to Milan, to Italy, where the families still live to this day. And they are still creating fragrances in the tradition of their forebears. Another beautiful floral, but with some warm notes of sweet spices in the base and woods to make it a floral amber fragrance.
Right, because I'm picking up the woods and I'm picking up some spices. This is actually pretty special. This is actually really nice.
It's pretty extraordinary.
These are mainly female leaning. There's more florals in there. As I mentioned, for me, this one here easily can play as a male fragrance. Whereas these two here, I'm going to say there's more flowers in there.
Look, I don't normally like to attribute gender to any fragrance. I believe you wear what you like wearing.
I agree. Yeah, completely agree.
So, Cologne de FIGUIER, another masterpiece by Alberto Morillas. This has the magnificent fig leaf note and it goes into a beautiful warm woody signature in the base. And this is a fantastic fragrance for those that love Aventus by Creed or classic woody aromatics.
Yeah, this is also a wonderful summer fragrance. I was this close in buying it. I don't know why I didn't buy it in the end. I think I ran out of money. I've always said it, I wish I could find a wheelbarrow full of cash. It would just save me the hassle of having to, pick and choose. You just buy all the ones that you want.
Marcelo, with my history of fragrance, if I had a wheelbarrow of cash, fundamentally I would be doubling what I've already got, and that's close to 400. So,
oh my, I want to see your collection, my man. I want to see your collection. It would be next level. It would be next level.
I certainly would have a good mortgage on a house by now. But anyway, one has to entertain one's passions.
Yeah, that's right. I agree. I agree. And it's harmless. And you smell great. I mean, forget about it.
Absolutely. Another Rance fragrance that is right up there and quite, again, off centre is Levonke. And Levonke translates from the French to the conqueror or the vanquisher. And this, of course, inspired by the life of Napoleon Bonaparte. It's beautiful. It's got a green Irish tweed cum Shea Bond signature to it that I discussed in the previous episode.
This is the first time I've experienced this one, by the way. I like this one a lot.
Absolutely. I do too. And there's an incredible herbaceousness that comes through, which I really enjoy in this fragrance. And last but not least, I'm going to introduce you to Ormonde Jayne. Linda Pilkington, who founded this brand, wanted to create fragrances with unusual raw materials. She chose black hemlock, and this is from the cedar family. It's actually a conifer. So you get an incredible rich conifer note in this fragrance that is not immediately apparent. It only starts to come through in the dry down. You get woods and spices predominantly, and then that very resinous hemlock note starts to come through.
This whole house is unbelievable. And I love Ormonde Jayne. And I'm glad that you pointed out. So the opening note for me is one thing, but it's the dry down that it becomes this amazing fragrance.
Absolutely.
But I find that this whole house is just, and really, I feel like not enough people are talking about Ormonde Jayne. These guys are
incredible.
Yeah, so unique with their fragrances that I'm surprised that we're not hearing more about them, you know?
Well, she's still very much based in London on Bond Street, still very much creating back of shop with a perfumer named Josephine. So this is all collaboration, and they work with unusual raw materials. And this being black hemlock is extraordinary.
So last week, or the last time we spoke about Elysium. Elysium is a wonderful aromatic, and we mentioned that every man needs to own that. I'm going to put down that if you want something that's a little bit more mysterious, a little bit more spicy, has a little bit more, and I don't want to say that Elysium is not complex, because I love the way you explained it last week. And when you were explaining it the way you were, I'm like, yes, I can see that, I can smell that. But Ormonde Jayne is one of those fragrances, I'm telling you, it belongs in every man's fragrance cabinet. You know, I know that the fragrance cabinet is getting bigger and bigger, but this is one of those fragrances that needs to go in there too.
Absolutely, I completely concur. It's a must-have.
So there you have it, 6 amazing fragrances that are hidden gems, and you really need to discover more. 3 for the girls, 3 for the boys. If you are interested, if any of these piqued your interest, you can buy from Libertine Parfumerie. Obviously, they carry this range. You can get 10% off. NFC 10 is the code. Libertine Parfumerie are sponsoring the Niche Fragrance Collector. And they'll also throw in a whole bunch of extra samples with all your orders. Thank you, Michael. That was awesome. Thank you so much for running through these amazing perfumes.
My absolute pleasure. So good to connect with you again, Marcelo.
Once lockdown is done, you and me are going to be filming side by side.
I can't wait.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you on the next video.
Take care.